got the light.
You never know what you might face. Sometimes we're aware of what we're going to face. Some of you ran in the mini marathon this past weekend. 13 miles, a mini marathon. 26 miles is a marathon. You must condition yourself for such activity because you can't just sign up for a marathon and just start running. You'll pass out and poop out before you cross the finish line, if you cross the finish line. You have to prepare yourself for what you know you are about to face. Other times you don't know what you're going to face, but you must be prepared anyway. And that's what Paul is talking about in verse 11. You've got to condition yourselves spiritually so that if you're going to face something that you are aware of, you'll be prepared for it. Or you're prepared continually so that you're ready to face what you may not know is on the way. And that's what patience is, brothers and sisters. Paul helps us to understand that. He talks about this endurance. He said, strengthened with all might according to his glorious power for all patience and long suffering with joy. There's a similarity between patience and endurance. Endurance comes from the Greek word hupomone, and it really means to remain under. Hupomone, under the pressure of the weight of the world on your shoulders. It means you don't just come out from under it and let it fall. It means that if God has placed it there on you, even if it's a burden, you are willing to hang in there under the weight and the pressure of the world, such that you have enough endurance that you're not going to punk out. I wish I had a witness this morning. I got to make it plain. We as Christians, we can't be punks and wimps and just punk out when stress comes and punk out when trials come. No, you've got to hang on in there. That's what hupomone is. It is endurance. It implies not giving up. We can't give up on God because he doesn't give up on us. He's patient with us. Patience comes from the Greek word microthymia, which means long temper. It means long suffering, which is the word used here in the text. It means self-restraint, which does not hastily retaliate in spite of injury or insult. Oh, and brothers and sisters, everybody here, I don't even need to ask you. We've all been insulted and injured by somebody else. It was Jean-Paul Sartre, the French existentialist, who said, hell is other people. I got some shouts on that, didn't I? He must have been right. Hell is not just a place you go when you're unsaved. Hell can be experienced right here, right now by other people. Oh, Lord, I think I just said something right there. We've all been injured and we've all been insulted. And so because God understands that we live in a fallen world, a world subject to sin and decay, we are going to experience some difficulties, sometimes at the hand of others. But this is what patience gives us the ability to do. It gives us the ability to hang on in there, to not give up, to suffer long. In other words, the suffering that you'll face, you don't give up because of a little bit of suffering. You hang on in there in spite of a lot of suffering. That's long suffering. It's a supernatural ability to function when the world is trying to stop you from functioning. Do you know that the devil wants you to give up? The devil is trying to tear you down. And it's not the big things that often destroy us. You know what destroys us? It's those little things that nip at us and tear at us and poke us and pinch us over time. This little thing and that little thing, day in, day out, month after month, year after year, day after day, it begins to wear us down. And sometimes God will not remove it. Paul even asked to remove the flesh, the thorn in his flesh. 3 times he asked, God would not remove it. God sometimes has a purpose for our pain, but that's what patience produces in us. It is the supernatural ability by the power of the Holy Spirit to endure hardships.